Here we go. I want to welcome everybody to tonight's Zoom. It's the first Zoom of the new challenge, the new year, new you. And it's really great to see so many faces. I know there's other people who intend to come tonight. They might be running a little bit late. One person is Dina. She's new. Her husband's in the challenge too. His name is Todd. And he has baseball every Tuesday night, so he'll be watching it recorded. And before we get started, anybody have anything they want to say just in general?
Well, I was going to tell you, I worked with the food log thing on the challenge, and I did better today because I looked around, took my time, and that kind of stuff. And I did find salads, but they're under lettuce, but it wasn't my salad.
Good for you. How long did that take?
Not very long.
So Dorothy and I and David, you didn't get to, did you, the thing last night? Okay. It is posted, though, in Team Players. And Marsh, you got to watch it, too, did you not?
Yes, I did.
And the people from Meltdown Challenge, they're now going to hold for coaches only information training sessions. And I'm going to remember what I can remember, and then if Dorothy and Marcia can remember something, they can share it too. Martha, let me do that because of Marcia, but it's hard. But what I remember most is them saying that they're going to add the MetaFast products by the end of the week, because I was really sad they weren't there. I've been adding them, but they are working on it. We didn't get to ask questions, so I didn't get to really ask anything, but they did say that we're going to be having a Meltdown Challenge for coaches only Zoom meeting every Monday. Wow. So that's perfect because we can bring that information to you the next Tuesday, because that's when we do our Zoom. And what I love about this is when the ones of us that started in the very beginning, we had no idea if this was going to last or if it was going to improve, or we had so many changes. We got off, those that were in the beginning, you know, that we were down more than we were up right at first. And all of this has now come full circle. And I think what they've done this time is an indication of it's been worth it hanging in there, because this is really going to be a great support for all of us. I know it's a great support for me. The day that the challenge started, it's just like a switch was flipped, and now all of a sudden my conscience is back. Dorothy, is there any piece of nugget that you got you can share with everybody? I'll do better next week and make notes.
Yeah, I didn't take notes either, but pretty much you've covered everything that they said. And they did say that it's created for a general audience. And that is why they are now adding the MetaFast, because a lot of people are using the same program.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Marsh, did you come away with anything?
I can't think right now.
Okay, not a problem. Marsh fell down her stairs. That's why you see her eye is black.
I was wondering. Wow.
Yeah. It wasn't Dick. He didn't hit her. Oh. Had you seen her, Colleen?
Huh?
No, she hadn't seen your eye.
But Connor's trying to give me a black eye.
So you get to. All right, let's go ahead and get our PowerPoint started. Let me share screen. I got computer sound on. I don't need any sound because I'm not really doing anything with sound. That was impromptu there with Oscar. Oscar, listen at me, Tony. Oscar was Tony's bird with Einstein. All right, from the beginning. So we have some coaches that are joining us. That Jerry's been in there before, but he doesn't really get to show up for the Zooms because he works late. But he intends to make it either late or as often as he can. Marion and Jerry, Tony and I share grandchildren. Their son is married to our daughter, and when I say it, I say my daughter's married to their son. When they say it, they say my son's married to their daughter. So either way, we share grandchildren. And in the middle there is our own Dorothy, and Dorothy is standing by Gay. Gay, you have, some of you have seen her because she will come in for one of our Zooms every now and then. But Gay is the friend and the coach that brought me to where I'm at today. And next to that, you see David. And David has always been a very proactive coach. Diane kind of like pushes him out there. I think actually, if David tells his story, it will be that Diane made him become a coach. And yeah, and then Marcia and Dick. Marcia and Dick, they were shining examples from the very beginning. They probably are the single reason that the fire is lit so bright inside of me to help people is because I saw the transformation in him. Do any of the coaches want to say anything here on the first night of the challenge to the people in our room?
Yeah, I'd like to say that welcome everybody to the challenge. We should be having a good time. And just participate. The more you participate, the better off, the better you get to understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, David. And Dorothy and Marcia have talked all the time, so I guess you guys are going to pass now. Is that correct? Yes?
Just welcome everybody.
Okay.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and thank you for all your concern about Dick. He's home. He's doing better than I'm doing.
Oh, God.
They have a challenge over there. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay. So this evening's agenda, we're going to do our gathering room. And it's always the questions. I just wait for them to come to me on that day. So, and I haven't looked at them or picked my question yet or my unfinished sentence. But I'll go in there. Gay actually went in and watched some of our Zooms, and she said she just felt like she was missing something. She said that she really wanted to be in there with us. I said, well, I'm really appreciate that feedback because I don't watch them because I'm worried that I will be too critical on myself. And so I'm glad she enjoyed them. And not only did she watch one, but she watched everyone that was there. So that says a lot about our Zoom. So I was really grateful to get that feedback. We're going to cover the healthy games. We're going to go a little bit over fat burn and understanding blood sugar. Dorothy is going to do a little bit on that to what extent she feels that she can. And David, of course, our exercise expert, our physical fitness expert, is going to talk about why exercise is important. And then again, Dorothy is going to share our success story for today. So here are our unfinished sentences, and anybody speak up when they're ready. I'm going to look and see which one I'm going to say. The reason I am participating in the health games is because in the very beginning I saw the potential of helping a lot of people because the 5-in-1, the Medifast rapid weight loss program wasn't necessary for you to be on that program. It was just about getting people in here and educating them about getting healthy. And so the fact that anybody can be in here and there are no restrictions or conditions, that's what I love about the health games, and it's why I've participated and I've never missed one. I love the health games on a personal level and for myself. Jump in, somebody.
Okay, I remember a kind act that I want to share with everybody.
Okay.
Actually, it was just recently. There's what we call a family member when we talk about the Cove, that his health is failing him, and he wanted to go to Hawaii to see his great grandkids that he never seen before. So we all got together, did a GoFundMe account, and in less than 2 weeks,
2 days.
Well, in less than 2 weeks, we raised the money to send him, once he get done with his chemo, if he's well enough, to see him to go to Hawaii. Him and 2 of his companions, round trip to Hawaii to see his grandkids.
Wow.
I read about that, David. I didn't hear about it in advance, or I would have contributed. I just saw it after the fact. But that you're right. That was a very kind act. Welcome. How are you doing, Dina?
I'm fine. How are you?
That's great. I'm fine. Listen, we do this little gathering room thing at the beginning of our Zoom, and it's a way we get familiar with each other, and I put in some unfinished sentences, and so you pick which one you want to share. And so we're going through the room now, so take your time. And who wants to speak up? David was sharing a kind act that had happened here with a guy who had nothing and has got bad health, and a group of people sent him to Hawaii to see grandchildren he hasn't ever met. So that was really nice. Who's next?
I'm going to.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
Okay, I want to thank the person who invited me to the health challenge, and that was Jerry, okay, because it has opened my life up to healthier eating and learning more about the right kind of foods to eat, and that I need to drink water, exercise, all these things that I never thought about before. So I have to thank him.
That was
He's not here tonight, but I will thank him.
Well, he'll watch this.
Yes.
So that's really good. Thank you. Tony, you want to go next?
Yeah, I want to thank the person who invited me to the health challenge, which is my wife. But she actually didn't force me to do this. A lot of them may think, but she told you better do it. No, it wasn't. She told me, would you like to do it? And I said, oh, well, okay, well, I've had so much fun, especially when I write stuff that people like, my jokes and my stuff. I really enjoyed the challenge, and thank you for letting me get involved in this crazy game.
Okay, you're welcome. Who's next?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Colleen.
One of the happiest moments is in my life is about a year ago this last Friday.
Yes.
I was blessed with my little boy that was my little miracle baby because I got healthy. So, and that's it.
That's great.
That's cool.
Congratulations.
Who's next?
I guess I'll follow her.
Okay.
Colleen. I'm new at the program, and my husband and I are both going to be doing this together. And of course, we want to do it for health reasons. We have been on one of every diet, and we're not obese, we're not overweight, but we want to feel better and look better. And if we look better, then we feel better. And we just want to stabilize cholesterol and blood pressure and all that. We have a lot of family health issues, and we just want to do it as preventative maintenance, basically. And to end my story is we are trying to have a baby this year, so that's more of a reason. We've been trying for a long time, over 8 years, and so we're hoping this is going to be a miracle year for us.
Oh, I hope so too. I will definitely positive thoughts going your way. I had in vitro about 10 years ago, and everything went well. They said I should just keep trying, but that costs a lot of money. And so I just didn't think it was in the cards. And after about 10 years, I'm almost 40, but I wouldn't trade it. And that's
the route we are going. So we'll keep you guys posted, but that's a big reason why I talked to Connie and Tony about it over a year ago. And there was a MetaFast next to First Watch, which we go to First Watch every Sunday. And we made several attempts to stop in there and sign up. And then we're like, no, we have to talk to Connie and Tony. And they closed down for whatever reason. And even though they're not there anymore, we still go to First Watch. And every Sunday we're reminded by you. And the new year, I said to Todd, we are going to do it. And if you don't want to do it, I'll do it. But I'm not forcing him to do it. We're both eager to do it because, we want we're not going to live forever, but we want to live a healthy life while we're here. So
that's great. Who's next?
Thank you.
I guess I should go. I'm the last one.
No, we still got Carol. We got Marsh. We got Dorothy.
Okay.
Go ahead, Marcia. You go now.
Okay, it's not about weight loss, but one of the happiest moments of my life was when I adopted Draco from Dave and Vicky. And Draco's like the parrot that we saw at the beginning of the Zoom. And I love her. I love her. She's a great bird.
And the backstory there is Draco had been here in our neighborhood for a long time, and everybody thought Draco was a boy. So Draco actually was a girl. That's right. Carol, do you have a sentence you would like to finish for us?
Sure. The happiest moments in my life was the day I met my husband.
Oh, wow.
About 49 years ago.
That's great.
That is nice.
I bet you Dorothy would second that one.
Yes.
So what you going to say, Dorothy?
I was thinking something similar, but I also wanted to say it was very good to have lost all my weight before my husband died, because he saw me as I lost my weight and got to my goal and encouraged me to become a health coach.
Wow.
And that was, shortly before he died. Yeah.
Yeah. How long ago was that, Dorothy?
4 years yesterday, or Sunday. 4 years Sunday.
Well, my thoughts were with you, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Marsha.
Okay.
Martha.
The reason I am participating in the house games is that I have seen many things happen in our lives since I watched Connie. And when I was at my worst, I called her and said, I want to hear about how you are keeping healthier than I've ever seen you. And I went to her meeting and I started Take Shape for Life. And I reached my goal. And right after I reached my goal, my husband decided to do it. And he got off of many meds and oxygen and everything. And then Colleen, who is my daughter, for the new people in here, we have all watched her go through her pregnancy and her baby. So I wish the same to you. And though Dick is not healthy right now, he is doing better. He just came home from the hospital. They felt that when he had the viral infection last May, if he hadn't have been as healthy as he was, he might not have made it. So I'm very, very thankful for this, and I'm very happy to be in the health game and get the support that our team seems to have for each other and the love. And we're a family.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Dina, you weren't here when we talked about Marsha's eye, but she fell down the steps. Just so I can catch you up on that. And Lou, you're our last one, baby.
Well, it was tied between two of them. I didn't know whether I just wanted to thank Connie because it's fun to be there. And that's probably the reason I participated in health games, is because it's fun and it does keep you conscious of what you're eating and you're not talking.
Yeah, he is.
Well, you're welcome, and I'm always happy to see you here. So now we'll go ahead and continue. We're going to do a little looking into the what's going on inside the room, and if anybody has questions, we're going to go in the room at the end of this, and we'll just wander around and we'll explore with each other. I left last week's in here for what's going on in the room and put today's in there, and I was surprised that it doubled from when we met last Tuesday. The top ones when we met last Tuesday. And this is today. And I thought that was significant. Everybody's jumping in. That's really cool. I haven't posted a calendar in the wall because I wanted to really get feedback from everyone. We were 100%, and thank you, new people, because I know that had to be a challenge to get all of that done. And poor Dina had 2 people that she had to get it done, and she was doing it late, and you did an awesome job. And we're 100% for our points on the very first day. So, yeah, I know. I love it. Now, I do a calendar on a daily basis, and I update it as to where we stand in terms of how many people got their points. And I just wonder, is that anything you guys would like to see me continue doing, or is it work I don't need to do? Does it serve a purpose?
I like it.
I think it's interesting to see that everybody got in there and did their homework.
Oh, that's what you call it, huh?
Yeah.
Homework.
That's cool.
Morning work. Mine's morning. I've been good all day.
But now I go in morning, noon, and night because of logging food. So I will continue to do this. And what that calendar is for is to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. What I will say is that I have started getting up at 2:30 in the morning, because the last time you can get points on any given day is 3 o'clock in the morning, even though it says 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is California time. So there are people who have given me their passwords to sign into their challenge. And what I have found, I used to write the words down, the numbers down, and then get up the next morning and everything. I really wasn't making anything happen. I was just tracking numbers. And then I decided, well, let me just get up right before it changes, because some people would do them late and I'd have to wait up late. And so once I started going in at 2:30 to gather the numbers, then I said, boy, if I had people's passwords, I could, save the team. And you can always go in and, read the information later, which is what you're actually saying when you click on that, is I have read this. And so anyone that I don't have their password that wants to share it with me when I go in there at 2:30 in the morning to see how we're standing on points, I'll be happy to catch them up with you. And what I have found to be the only reasons that people don't get them is I've been guilty of forgetting one time, and I've been in 9 challenges, but I did forget one time, and that really bothered me for a long time. And there's people who get sick. And I don't want people dragging themselves out of bed sick to get these points because they're worried about their team. I could take care of that too. I'm going to see it when I get in there. And the other is that they're somewhere and they can't get to it. And it really causes people stress. So if we want to have a plan B, it can be me, and I will do that last thing before the clock ticks over to the next day. And you can message me or email me your password. I'll put it in a safe place, and regardless of where I am, I'll cover you back for you. Go ahead. Somebody saying something? Okay, so you have some contests going on. I will share with Dina that we didn't have these contests that they're doing now. Last night they talked about in that Zoom they're doing for coaches now, Meltdown Challenges, that they decided to add the games because people weren't going into the challenge wall. And this gets us interacting with the other teams that are in the challenge. And I think they probably have a really good idea, and I'm starting to actually pay attention to the challenge wall now because of these. And this one, the gift is a bouquet of flowers, but the other ones have been water bottles and stuff like that. We do have winners in the room. We have, how many Fitbits? Dorothy won a Fitbit, Don won a Fitbit, Gary won a Fitbit, Colleen won a Fitbit. Is that it?
I think so.
Okay. And then Lisa, she did the most posts. I didn't even know there was a gift for that. And she got that. And then during that process, we learned that the number of times you post on even the challenge wall has its own gift attached to it. So there's a lot of ways. It's never, is that you Tony?
Yeah.
Mute yourself.
Sorry.
Okay.
If I could find me, I can't find me.
I muted you. There you go. You're turned off. Anyway, so we were trying to avoid any interruptions tonight. We got close. But it's part of the game. It's fun. That's the reason to do it. The winners of the contests are posted. This was the winners in the exercise contest that started. Then you had drinking your water. We had a lot of people in the room. The reason Tony's making that face, and I told him last week, is just as I took his picture, I stepped on his toe. And so, yeah. And so, today the contest ends, and it's a healthy pantry. And if you snap that shot and post it on the challenge wall, then you'll be eligible for that gift. And we have some more contests that are coming up. The lean and green recipe. I will post this in the room so you guys can read over it tomorrow, and there will be Fitbits given away in this challenge as well. The shopping list, let me go back. Let me see here. I got my pictures over it. But right here, they're talking about a shopping list. And inside the room, we have all kinds of neat little features. But I did want to address, because we do have people in the room that are not on the 5-in-1 program. So this shopping list is not for us, the ones of us on the 5-in-1. All participants are not on the 5-in-1. So that shopping list works well for them, and they have ways to upgrade it and to change what's on it. And we're going to explore that a little bit. But our choices are specific because of the healthy fat burn, which allows us to lose weight without losing muscle. Fat burning is a mild state of ketosis. Ketosis is a condition in which levels of ketones, that's ketone bodies, that are in the blood are elevated from burning fat stores, that fat that's been stored in your body. Ketones are created by the breakdown of those fat stores. The body will first use glucose and then glycogen. Ketones are formed when the glycogens and the stored carbohydrates in the liver and in the muscles have run out. That's how you get the rapid weight loss. So this typically takes about 3 to 5 days to use up. So the ketones from our fat are then used for energy. If there is not enough glucose from carbohydrates in the bloodstream, the body will draw on fat stores for fuel. So this causes the appearance of ketones in the blood. And this is how the ketones are created. You achieve fat burning by eliminating and controlling the amount of carbohydrates you consume daily. I share that with you because even if you're not on the MetaFast program and you're not doing the 5-in-1, you can still be aware of low glycemic food. Yeah, we eat 5 MetaFast meals every 3 hours. Our daily required vitamins and minerals are in there. Our food is anti-inflammatory, it's portion controlled, and low glycemic. So those not on the 5-in-1 can adhere as close as possible to these healthy habits. Healthy habits that stay with you will help you keep yourself healthy longer. The reason for weight to return is because of returning to unhealthy habits. Every time we see someone that has lost their weight, including me, including anybody else, and they put it back on, it's because they are not practicing their healthy habits. And in one of our coaches meetings, one of the leaders in the field said that there is no one that hasn't had to go back and get on the program. And it's nice to have something where you can dial that weight in anytime. And that's what the 5-in-1 can do for the rest of your life. When you put on a few pounds, you can jump right back on and get it right off and then adopt those healthy habits again. But no one does it forever. And so I think it's like grass. You're going to be maintaining it as long as you're alive. Dorothy, do you mind covering this blood sugar? I always love listening to Dorothy and Marcia talk about blood sugar. I've never had the problem, and I've only started paying attention to blood sugar since I've become a coach, and I'm amazed at how important it is and how much it plays into health in general.
I'm not familiar with what you have up on the screen, but what I will tell you is the glycemic index is something that was created by taking foods and having people eat them and measuring how much glucose it caused in your body. And that's how you measure it. That's what the glycemic index is. If it's high glycemic index, that means there's a lot more glucose going into your body. So what you want to do is you want to stick with the low glycemic, because if you can keep your glucose level all day, you won't have these I have to eat feeling, because it will be more level. And it is according to carbohydrates, but the glycemic index is how much glucose your body will produce with a particular food. And all foods don't have a glycemic glycemic index, but Dr. Anderson has a really, really good chapter 7 is all about the glycemic index and what foods are good for you to keep that level so you won't get hungry.
Thank you, Dorothy. And next we're going to have, I know David's going to kill me for putting that picture there, but I don't care. I love that picture of David. I took it. It's a great picture. David, would you like to take over this part for us?
Why is exercise important? A lot of people, me and Connie, probably butt head at the very beginning about this. Yeah, because, because I always thought that the exercise part go hand in hand with the diet. So have you ever heard the expression that you either use it or lose it, which is so true, that if you don't use your body, you will surely lose it. Your muscle will become flabby. Well, as we get older, our muscle becomes flabby anyway if we don't exercise. So you got to exercise. That's very important. And that your joint will be stiff and easily injured. Basically, I'm a true believer in that a body that is off in motion stays off in motion. So just keep moving. Like I got a couple little bit of handy things here. You don't need to go to the gym to do no exercise. You can just do it right here, sitting down, a little bit of bicep, tricep, just using normal canned goods. And you just do it to your limitation, but don't do to where you're going to hurt yourself. But when you improve your stamina, when you exercise, your body uses the energy, which of course go along with the diet that's going to help you lose weight. Because now when you burn more than you take it in, then of course you're going to, like your body going to start losing weight. But you can do anything, like you say here, walking, bicycling, just getting up and down from out the chairs. But the more you do, the better you're going to feel. That's for sure.
And I remember when you were telling people just to stand up and sit down. And sit down. Yeah, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that say, well, I can't move, I can't do this, I can't do that. But we are constantly have to move from one spot to the next to go and get something. And there's a way that normally we do it by trying to assist ourselves with our hands, with arms and stuff like this right here. But if you do it with your hands up and just use your leg, you actually working your quads, your hamstring area, making your knees a lot stronger. So there's things that we can do that don't take much, that we do every day. So just practicing doing it to make yourself stronger, but that's a good thing to help prevent diseases, help your body get healthier, stronger body, so that so that if you do get sick, a strong body will bounce back a lot quicker from a sickness than a weak body.
Good point. And it delays aging.
Oh, yes. Well, I don't know about that yet.
It does. You got more, David?
Okay. Sprinting and tone. Okay. Well, exercise with weights or, like I say, other form. Well, I got canned goods here. Training, develop your muscle, bones, and ligament for increased strength and endurance. Your posture can be improved. You always need to sit up straight, put your shoulders back. And your muscle can become more firm and more toned. So you not only feel better, but you're also going to look better. Now, I don't know if that will happen to me, but I do look pretty good.
Okay, we can concur.
Okay, enhanced flexibility. Well, every time before you do some exercise, you need to do some stretches exercise because the muscles is cold. So stretching exercise are also important for good posture. They keep your body limber so that you can bend, reach, and twist. And improving your flexibility through exercises reduces the chance of your injury and improve your balance and coordination And if you are, like have stiff, tense area, such as your upper back or your neck, like performing specific stretches can help loosen those muscles, and it can help you feel more relaxed.
And there's something to be said too about someone who hasn't exercised in a while in terms of starting slow, right?
Oh, yes. People think that, because they're just starting, that they got to quickly do it. Well, I always tell people to start off very, very slow. Form is the most important thing for exercise. You just don't go and just start doing it. You need a certain form and technique that you need to try to develop.
And time is against us, isn't it?
Well, it definitely is, because gravity, it just don't keep the earth together. It kept pulling us down towards it too. So improve your quality of life by exercising. Once you begin to exercise regularly, which I kind of got off of this past holiday, that you will discover many more reasons why exercise is so important to improve the quality of your life. And believe me, people, when I say this is true, it is true. The exercise reduce stress, lift mode, and it's help you sleep better. And it can keep you looking and feeling younger throughout your entire life. So that is definitely true. Confidence is beauty. No matter what your size is or no matter what your weight, be confident in who you are and you will be beautiful. And I always tell people that all the time also. So, Connie used to tell us a story about this guy that was very small or was unhealthy. See, people think that only big people is unhealthy or can be unhealthy because of their weight. But also can be unhealthy because of lack of weight and lack of the right vitamins and nutrition being put into your body.
Yeah, they call them skinny fat people because their percent of fat is makes them obese, even though they're very tiny.
Yeah.
So the food logs, the exercise logs, the water logs, has anyone got specific questions? Well, let's unmute everybody. Or unmute yourself. That would be nice. There you go. I got everybody unmuted. Any questions? Do we need to, Dina, you had a question when we were talking today. Did we get that answered?
I didn't hear it. I was wondering, I recorded some food items that I don't think was correctly done. Can I edit it after the fact?
That's what it was. Okay, so let's go in here and take a look at that. Okay. All right, so we're in here.
You gotta put it back in.
Go ahead, Lou, talk.
I said, I think you can delete one and put it back in.
So,
I'm not sure.
So right here, you see that, Dina? You see that little X coming up?
Yes.
So you can delete. Now, I don't know about the day before. I didn't get to get an answer back. I wrote a question, but I didn't get an answer back for it. Does anyone know how to access the day before to make corrections? Because
at the very top, is there an arrow that goes back at the very top?
Yeah, right next to the word today. See that little arrow by the word today?
Yeah, where it says food log, there's a little arrow.
Right there.
That might take you back.
Yep, that does it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right there. That's 118. You saw that, Dina?
Yes.
Now go down to that Metafast, see if it goes down, lets you put, if the X shows up down there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nope, see, I bet you it doesn't. Yes, so you probably can't do it. You can see it, but you can't undo it, probably.
I see. Yeah, I wonder if it shows over here where you could do it. No. So, we'll wait for that answer. And whose phone?
Now,
Mine. Let me mute
I'll
myself.
just mute you. Oh, you got it. I got you.
now, Connie. Now down there where it say add a note, can't you add a note right there for yourself?
That might be what you have to do.
You see right there where it say add a note?
Why don't you do it by doing that, Dina?
Okay.
And I will get a better answer for you before tomorrow, and I'll post it in the room so everybody can have the benefit of it, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Do we have any other questions? What's everybody think about the logs?
I like them.
Okay. And I said, I think before you got here, Dina, that Meltdown Challenge is now holding a 30-minute Zoom with coaches on Monday evening so we can learn more about what it is they're doing. And they said by the end of the week, they're going to have the MetaFast products in there. So we won't have to add those. They just, everything with them is a work in progress. When we first started the challenge, it was a mess. They couldn't even keep it up for 24 hours. They never anticipated the amount of people that was going to join. And then they were doing it every month, and, they've made a lot of changes. Carol, you've been in it from the beginning.
Yes.
You would be good to speak to that and tell Dina what it's been like and what it's like now and how promising it is.
Well, it's like your first car. When we first started, it was a little car, and now you're in a limousine.
Oh, okay. That is an excellent.
Well, I like that.
So your timing is perfect, Dina. That was the point.
The daily total that they have their full log, they confused me to death. I don't know.
Well, I don't think that's accurate, and that's one of the things I'm following up, because I don't even know how they could track it when you're adding food, because you're not also adding the carbs, the sodium, and all of that in it. So I think that's an area where that we will have it in the future, but I don't think it's working data right now, because I know it doesn't apply to me. Did anybody else feel like it was accurate? I didn't feel like that part was accurate. So I would say that is something we can rely on in the future, but maybe just not right now.
Well, Connie, I haven't been going in and logging like my water and movement. I haven't been doing that. So I didn't know I had to go in and do each one.
Well, what happens is when you use your points, let's go back to points, and you go down here and you click on, excuse me.
I did the food.
Yeah. So when you click on log your movement,
right?
Okay, it comes right here. Then you click on log your movement, and then you just type in here. What I did is my yoga.
Oh, I did do. Okay, I did my exercises there.
Yes, and your treadmill, and then I log my sleep. There's no points for that. I do that because I want to.
Okay. Okay.
The things you get points for are on your in your points right here.
Okay.
So it's not there, but when I go in there for the first thing, I don't go back and forth. I just go ahead and do everything while I'm in there, and then I return during the day, and as things change, and I add it. So that was pretty much it. Any other questions regarding the room before we move on?
Okay.
All right, good. So, Dorothy, you want to do our success story for us tonight?
Yes. I'm very impressed with this. This is People Magazine, January the 11th issue. And this gal, she was in an automobile accident and when she was 20, and she began eating, and she continued eating for 20 years. And she got to 257 pounds. And she decided that she wanted to do something about her weight. And so she went on Take Shape for Life. And she is now down to 130 pounds, and she has become a health coach.
And she's maintained it for a year, I read, over a year.
Yes.
And what was, I don't have the magazine, so what was the criteria for winning this contest? Do you know? Does it state how she got in there?
I do not know.
But she was one of many and was selected, right?
Right. The people that are half their size.
Oh, okay. So I knew that it was a contest, and it's nice to get that public attention because it just, solidifies what we all know. We always say, if you knew what we knew, you'd do what we do. And then this gentleman here has something, and Stephen and Susan Meltzer, they're going to be featured in a national article, and we will cover that when the time comes. So that was our Zoom for tonight, and I really want to thank everybody, and I appreciate everybody showing up tonight. And next week we'll who has a hand up? I had a hand up. Anybody?
No.
Okay. So any parting words before we go?
I'll just keep up the good work.
See less of you next week.
Oh, that's good too.
Oh, I like that.
And Dina, it's so good to have you in the challenge.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes,
Welcome.
Thank you.
We see you. Look at Tony up there. Tony hadn't seen you yet.
Yeah.
Hi, Tony.
You look great. You look great.
And you look amazing.
For an old person.
84 years young
Wow.
and busy as he can be.
Busy is good.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, have a nice evening.
Thank you.
I'll see you in the room. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Marcia.
Thank you for
Cheryl.
everything.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice
Good night.
See you in the challenge. We'll see you in the challenge.
Okay.
Yes.
For sure. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Good night.